So, who are some players that we should definitely watch out for this coming season?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think I'm going to dub this year the year of the big man.
Oh, okay, I like big
There
men.
are, I think, some of the best players in the nation are centers and forwards, which is interesting because I feel like the game has really gone away from that in the past few years. It's become more of a guard-centered league. Um, so I'll start with two of the first team All Americans um, for college basketball this year, and that's Kofi Coburn from Illinois.
I like him.
A lot of us didn't think he was going to come back this year. We thought he was going to go to the NBA, but he'll be back with Illinois. Illinois returns a couple of key pieces from last year. Obviously, they lost Ayo Dosunmu, but they got back Trent Frazier and Curbelo. But I think Kofi Coburn he's just going to be a force in the Big Ten. I mean, he's so big. He's so hard to guard. I don't know if you saw it or not, but today there was a headline on ESPN that said he'll be out for the first 3 games because he started selling merchandise before the name, image, and likeness kicked in. So he's going to be missing, Jackson State, Arkansas State, really unimportant games.
So he's missing not because of injury, but because of load management, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Dang, that's like a real NBA player.
Yeah, so he'll be out for the first 2 games, and then another really good big man to watch in the Big Ten is one of my Hoosiers, Trace Jackson Davis. He's an first team AP All-American, which is pretty sweet. His struggle the first 2 years for him was any kind of jump shot. Not even a 3-point, but he couldn't hit anything at the free throw line. He couldn't hit, anything mid-range. So if he adds that to his game, I think he could really emerge as the best player in college basketball. He's very athletic and very gifted around the rim. And then obviously we got Drew Timme, who came back from Gonzaga.
Oh yeah,
he's got the mustache. See if that's still around. I mean, he's 6'10", forward. He's really hard to guard, even though Baylor made it look pretty easy last year in the championship game. And then, we just have so many good forwards and centers. We have Hunter Dickinson, who came back from Michigan. He's a presence all over the court. Then we have Chet Holmgren, who is a freshman who played at the same high school as Jalen Suggs. He was the number one recruit in the country. He'll be at Gonzaga this year. He's kind of like a Kevin Durant-esque talent, where he's 7 foot. He can handle the ball. He can shoot. He can also go into the post. And then one under the radar player that a lot of people know about him obviously is Travion Williams from Purdue. Purdue is one of my, unfortunately, as an Indiana fan, I hate to say it, they're one of my teams to keep an eye out on this year. I think they have a lot of great pieces, and he's one of them. He averaged pretty close to a double-double last season. He's coming back. So those are kind of like my top big guys to keep an eye on. I'll mention a few guards as well. Colin Gillespie is back at Villanova. He's a AP first-team All-American, and he tore his MCL towards the end of last season, so they really missed him in the tournament, the Big East tournament. But he'll be a super senior, so he took advantage of that extra year of eligibility with COVID. He's definitely a player to keep an eye on. He's a very reliable, efficient guard, probably one of the most efficient guards in the country, offensive and defensive. And then I'll probably say his name wrong. I just haven't heard it pronounced in a while. But Max Abmas, I can't remember how to pronounce it. He is that short little guard from Oral Roberts, who beat Ohio State in the NCAA tournament last year.
Oh, yeah.
He was the leading scorer in the country last year. I expect him to be this year as well. He's only a junior, so
wow.
I feel like he'll probably leave after this year, but we'll have to see. And the last guard I'll mention is Buddy Boeheim from Syracuse, Jim Boeheim's son.
Yeah.
He really broke out at the end of the last season. When Syracuse made that run to the Sweet 16 last year, he averaged nearly 25 points a game. So he kind of established himself as that key piece for that team. And we'll see how he's just one of the best shooters in the country. So I think he's got a lot of potential to have a breakout, not just a breakout run, but a breakout season this year, playing for his dad.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, those are my players to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Those are some players that can help teams make deep tournament runs. They're all very, reliable players.
Yeah, I think one player I would like to make note of is Johnny Juzang from UCLA. I believe
yeah.
he stayed, so he'll be back for 1 year with UCLA. And right now, UCLA is number 2 in the AP poll, so the spotlight is definitely going to be on that team after what they did
Oh yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
March Madness tournament.
We're all wondering if it was a fluke run or if they're the real deal.
It looked pretty well managed.
It did, yeah. I thought so too. They have a big matchup first week of the season, I believe, on not this Friday, but the next Friday they play number 4 Villanova.
Oh, wow.
Colin Gillespie.
That'd be nice.
That'd be a good matchup, 2 versus 4. Yeah, there's some big games in the first week to look forward to, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the AP poll right now since you brought up number 4 Villanova, and like it's pretty much basic standard things you've always seen. Kansas being number 3, Gonzaga's being number 1. You mentioned one of Purdue's players is going to be there, and he's there right now. They're in 7th. Of course, Baylor's still in the top 10 after what they just did to everyone in the tournament. I'm very interested to see how Duke and Kentucky are going to be. It's Coach K's farewell tour, and then Roy Williams won't be back for UNC.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And I think UNC is ranked 19th overall.
I believe, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Blue Bloods come back this year. If Duke and Kentucky having a down year last year.
Yeah, it's very. I mentioned this last time. I think we talked. It's just very interesting to see like these programs that just continue to be in the Elite 8 and the high seeds in the Madness tournament. But now it's just looking like they're not the big guys anymore, and that's probably why Roy Williams retired. He wanted to retire on the best note possible.
Yeah, maybe
he didn't want his legacy to kind of be tainted. I'd say with how underperforming his teams have been in recent years.
Right.
You have to remind me, is there a reason why Coach K is leaving Duke?
I think it's just age.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to say he's in his 70s.
I guess it is pretty old, man.
It's pretty old, yeah. He's originally from the Chicago area, so
okay.
I wonder if he'll stay in the North Carolina area, if he'll move back here. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else is kind of a notable star in this lineup of teams. Let's see. You said Kofi's gonna go back, and Illinois is now 11th in the Big Ten. Do you see Illinois being that powerhouse in the Big Ten like they were last year?
You know, I don't think it's going to be nearly the level that they were last year. They lost. I'm not going to say his name right, but their backup center, he had that Vashov-Shavanelli, something like that. I can't remember how to say his name. No, I think Illinois will probably be. I think they're going to be 4th. I think they're going to finish 4th in the Big Ten this year. I have Purdue and Michigan above them. I mean, Michigan I want to say they had the number 1 recruiting class in the country.
Oh, wow.
Or at least one of the top ones. And then I know Ohio State's ranked, below Illinois right now, but I think Ohio State will emerge as that 2nd or 3rd team behind Michigan, and Purdue will be right there as well.
Is Mo Wagner's little brother
Franz?
Is he still in Michigan or is he in the draft?
I think he said he was going to come back, and then he ended up deciding to go to the league. I can't remember who he got drafted by.
Was he a first rounder?
I can't. Yes, he was actually picked 8th overall. So he got drafted by he's with the Magic now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mo Wagner, he just kind of was not really what we wanted to see.
Yeah, he was a stud in college, but
yeah, he was really big. He was a big man for sure.
Really
I'm excited to see these big guys play that you brought up because it is refreshing to kind of see this kind of spotlight. We saw it with Iowa's biggest star, Luca Garza.
Yeah.
He was a big man. He really tore up the league for a while when he was at Iowa. So I like to see more of that in college basketball and maybe kind of bring these big guys over to the NBA because it seems like it's a shooting league. So I like to see some more like upfront action at the rim, or just see them be more, dynamic and be good shooters.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We'll see if the big man makes a comeback after the last few years.